Where would we live? I'm not saying it's a perfect plan, Stephen says. He crosses the kitchen and sits down in front of me at the table. But we could stay with your folks or mine until the cash clears and then build somewhere. I sit down. This sounds like an okay plan. This sounds thought out and maybe even mature. But I know Stephen's teeth are awfully close to my ear. Stephen links his fingers together and makes them into a steeple. We could build on the mainland. It'd be a hell of a lot cheaper. And there it is. He wants to leave the island. Chomp. Maybe if you got an actual job, we wouldn't be so strapped that we have to sell our home, I say. I lean forward on the table and my arms get sticky from the damp dish rag. Stephen's mouth tightens. It's an old argument, and it goes like this. I say, get a job. He says, I'm staying at home with Austin. I say, you're never home with him, and I know this because I drop him off at my parents' every day before I go to work while you fuck around on your jet ski. He says, I'm above working any jobs on this island. He doesn't say it in exactly those words, but that's what he means, and that's what he honestly, truly believes. But it's not below me to answer phones and make coffee and peddle beach houses to tourists every day because I'm just that low. He believes this, too. I know it. Stephen crosses his arms and the sunlight glints off his watch. I have a job, he says. Part-time stock boy for your father doesn't count, I say. He works in the back where no one can see him and does it out of obligation to his father. His father, who basically gave us this house. Stephen shakes his head. God damn it, Evie, he says. Austin can hear you, I say. He can't hear a fucking thing over that goddamn TV. But Stephen lowers his voice all the same. I don't know why you let him watch it so much. I stand up. You're the stay-at-home father. Why don't you monitor him? I cross to the living room where Austin sits on his knees, entranced by Go Diego Go. My son is small and dark-haired, and I'm always a bit thankful that he looks like me. Come on, kid, I say, reaching down to pull him up from under his armpits. Time to go to Grandma's. Austin has the charming habit of kicking the passenger seat on our daily rides up the island to drop him off at my parents' inn. I guess if I was strapped down in a car seat, I'd kick too, but it doesn't ease my annoyance. And I am strapped down, come to think of it, with my own seatbelt. How about you cut that out, buddy? I say. I glance at the rearview mirror, but Austin's looking away. I want to hear the Holla Back song, he says, and I die a little inside. Every day he wants to hear Holla Back Girl. This was cute at first, until he started singing, I ain't no harlot snack girl. And I had to correct him over and over so people don't think my kid knows about harlots, even though I know he has no idea what it means. He wants it every day. Every day we drive up the same road and listen to the same song, and I think of Charlotte saying you can't get lost on an island because pretty soon you'll drive off the end, and right now I want to drive off the end. But I pop in the cassette I've recorded from my dad's old stereo and think about how Stephen goes jogging every morning with his iPod. And then I make myself think about how I want Austin to grow up with a family, with a mom and a dad and a little white house. A little white house that once held 6 blenders. A little white house that Stephen wants to sell. The morning is bright and sunny for February, and the Pamlico Sound spreads out in shades of blue and gray and green as Highway 12 passes close to the water. Austin kicks the seat in time to the music. I fumble for my sunglasses and sing along with Gwen Stefani. I would not be the first person in my marriage to have an affair. I think about this as Royce Burris walks in the front door of the office, the little bell jangling his presence. Royce is easily in his 50s. His hair is brown and thin, and he has a small, rounded gut. I find this endearing. I want to rub it like a Buddha belly. I debate whether it'd be too forward to tell him so. Royce, I say, you are one sexy son of a bitch. Let me rub your belly. Royce looks startled, yet pleased. This is a notch up from our normal morning routine. Usually I tell him he's